during the lockdown, my very first YouTube check that I got from YouTube, I got, I think, something like 28,000 rand.
You gotta be kidding me.
I'm not kidding you.
I would call today's episode YouTube Beginners Masterclass. So we can share all the information there is to know on building a YouTube channel, because now we haven't done badly for ourselves as well.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah. Ubano sis Lelo.
I don't know where to start. I'm really bad in talking about myself unless somebody asks me a question. You understand what I'm saying? I don't know where to start. But basically, what you've just said, in a nutshell, I'm a person that's really passionate about sales and marketing. I actually realized, because I'm a Gemini, it's natural, to be out there, to be bubbly, I just want myself in spaces where there's always an opportunity, hence I never slept on the opportunity of getting into the YouTube space, especially when everything was quiet during the lockdown. And I actually had a business in Durban, and it was a direct sales and marketing business. And of course, when it's the lockdown, you can't go see people, and my guys couldn't go and see people. And because I had no funding, I had to start it from scratch, from my own savings. It had to die, but I was not going to die. So I decided to get into the online space and make revenue for myself and take it from there.
What was your first video that you did on YouTube?
I actually don't remember, but it sucked because I was so nervous. I was even scared to use my own voice, because I used to think that maybe people are not going to like my voice or anything like that. And I disguised it and I made it a male voice. And I even gave it a name and I called it Scott. And then I started watching a lot of We Are Jola 99, because there was Jup Jup Sundays and whatnot, and people were liking that. So there was just that one video that I made, and it just trended, and I just got excited, and I didn't stop from there.
All right, let's get into it. YouTube Beginners Masterclass. What is it that is the first thing that I should know when opening a YouTube channel?
Just press record. That's the first thing that you should know, because I think a lot of people think about starting their own YouTube channels, but they overthink it. And I know this because there's a lot of people on my DMs that are asking me about starting a YouTube channel. How much are you making and all of that stuff? The first thing I thought is, obviously, I already know there's revenue. I watch people like Mr. Beast, obviously that's like this far level, but it doesn't mean you can't get there eventually, but you have to start somewhere. And I think the place where you need to start is pressing record and just start talking.
And it doesn't matter wherever you are. People wait for fancy cameras. Just start with your phone.
Can I tell you a secret? My Lelo and podcast, I don't have a camera. I record with this.
Are you serious?
100%.
Okay.
100%. I use my phone. Everybody's got a camera, and people don't realize that you're walking around with the camera every day, because 80% of people have Androids or iOS.
Okay, now let's talk about, say I'm passionate about dancing. How do I... Or what's the first thing that you should come up with when starting a channel? And I'm making an example about dancing. People are interested into all sorts of things out there.
I think we overthink our channels. And I know that because I spent a lot of time behind being the voice on Inews Mzansi, but I always wanted to do the Lelo and podcast because I realized in all the stories that I told on Inews Mzansi, I actually have an opinion, but I was just scared. Maybe someone's going to judge me. Maybe someone's not going to like me. But at the end of the day, you're not doing it for people that don't like you. You're doing it for the people that like you. So you need to focus on that. So if you actually just be yourself, the stuff that you do when you're dancing, when you're alone in your backyard, in your bathroom, in your room, just press record and do exactly that and post it. Somebody out there is going to relate to it.
I once interviewed a sister by the name of Hope Ramafalo. She's a Amapiano dance instructor, but she's also a fitness instructor. And she's also opened up her own place, I think her own salon. If it's not a guest house or something, she's doing very well for herself. She also started during the lockdown.
Yes.
As much as a lot of us were complaining, there were people like you during the lockdown that saw an opportunity.
Yes, yes. It might not be a good revenue for anybody else, but during the lockdown, my very first YouTube check that I got from YouTube, I got, I think, something like 28,000 rand.
You gotta be kidding me.
I'm not kidding you. And you know how I got it? I got 18,000, and then the next week I got another 5,000 rand. So that's like 28,000 rand. And I was so surprised. I looked at my phone, my Google AdSense, and I was like, what? So if I could make that not doing anything, and I know I'm a hard worker, and I know I'm a very consistent person, and when I put 100% in something, then I said, I'm just going to run with this. This can actually make me good revenue, and there's other stuff in my life that revenue can help me with.
Let's start there. What is an AdSense account?
An AdSense account is basically an account that's sort of like your YouTube bank account that YouTube sort of like uses to send all the money that you make there, like your ad money, because how you get paid is by people watching the ads that are on your videos. So your YouTube channel first needs to get monetized before you can actually become a YouTube partner. And then from there, you have to start opening a YouTube AdSense account, or Google AdSense account rather.
Google AdSense
Google
account.
AdSense account, yes.
Okay. So can I Google that on YouTube to how to, because I know there's a video on everything on YouTube. Though there's a how-to video on everything.
There's
on
actually
YouTube.
Google AdSense actually has a channel on YouTube.
Okay.
Yes.
So they can show you how to open an
Yes.
AdSense account.
Yes.
Otherwise, if you don't have an AdSense account, you're not going to get paid by YouTube.
No, you're not. But when you reach the 1,000 subscribers and the 4,000 watch time hours, YouTube actually guides you. There's links to everything of you need to click here, it takes you to Google AdSense, then you have to create the account.
So it guides you.
It guides
So
you.
are you saying that for me to start having, for me to start getting paid by YouTube, I need to at least first start by having 1,000 subscribers?
1,000 subscribers within 365 days
Okay.
and 4,000 watch time hours.
What does 4,000 watch time hours mean?
It means people have viewed your videos. I have no idea how to put it.
Collectively. no?
Collectively, yes.
Okay.
But
Even
it has
if
to
can
be,
10 videos or 20 videos, but
doesn't matter. Even if it can
collectively.
be one video, as long as
Oh,
you've got 4,000 watch time hours and you've got 1,000 subscribers, then you're eligible to become a YouTube partner. So
What is a YouTube partner?
you're basically part of the YouTube partner program where you get paid for all the ads that YouTube places on your videos.
Also, when I watch your channel and I see ads being played there, you guys get paid behind the scenes.
Yes, so it's very important for your subscribers to actually watch
Watch
those
the
ads.
ads. Guys, please watch the ads
Yes.
on our platforms. Watch the ads on our platforms. Don't skip the ads, because that's how we at least keep the lights on.
Yes.
Okay, I like that. So I choose a niche. Say I'm a dancer. Now I'm gonna be doing dance videos, and then I start posting. I must at least get 1,000 subscribers. I must at least get cumulatively 4,000 watch hours,
Yes,
and then I keep going. I keep growing.
yes,
this.
yes.
How much do I know? How much do they pay for what video?
So YouTube has actually developed a lot. There's a YouTube studio and a YouTube creator studio where it gives you all your analytics. Okay. What if you click on your view analytics on your certain video, it even tells you how many subscribers you got from that video, how long people, the duration of how long people watched that video. Maybe did people click in and then click off immediately, or did they watch your full video? So it actually even guides you of what type of videos your audience likes, if you actually stay on top of your analytics. And then it also tells you how much revenue you made on that video per video.
What have been your most performing videos?
Where I talk about real life stories like crime and thrillers. You know what I mean? Something that's thriller. I think I'm good in that because I really enjoy talking about that, or what happened, like given a scene and then the conclusion from there, like following up on stories. So where I really talk about real life stories because I enjoy it, and I think my audience can feel that I enjoy it because people are not stupid, you know? So you have to be authentic in whatever content you create.
And I hear, Guti, different channels pay differently. Financial channels or educational channels are different from maybe entertainment channels, which are different from sports channels, which are different from, how true is that?
It's true to a certain extent. It's true to a certain extent. I also used to be of one to think maybe financial channels get paid more, whatever. But like I said, me naturally, I like to challenge things. So just because I heard this channel pays better, like a financial channel, which means I have to put in double the work to get to that level. Do you understand? So for me, that's not like a bridge or whatever. You know what I mean?
And then how do you study YouTube algorithms? How often how do you know how often you should post? How often do you post? And how did you figure out that schedule? How did you come up with it?
So, like I said, YouTube actually tells you everything. It on your YouTube Studio, it gives you a breakdown of your channel, of when your subscribers are online. Sometimes there's people that are not subscribed to your channel that actually watch your channel. It tells you when those people are online. You understand what I'm saying? So you need to start building yourself an audience firstly before you can even try and figure out the algorithm and whatnot by just being consistent. You must remember, YouTube is doesn't have favoritism. It pays you to keep people on the internet. So if you're consistent and you're always putting out content and people are always watching, then it's going to literally suggest your videos to people. Because your videos are being watched by people longer than usual. You are consistent. You're putting out content all the time. So basically, you're making them money. And if you're making them money, they're going to keep you on the internet. So that's how the algorithm works. So if you're posting once every 2 months, YouTube doesn't favor that channel. But if you're posting at least maybe like, for example, on eNews Mzansi, I'll post 3 videos a day, 4 videos a day.
Sure.
That is why YouTube, immediately when I post a video, it sends it out there to people's pages that watch similar content, or people who has once clicked on that video, because you keep people on the internet. And YouTube is a business. We must remember that.
So you do daily videos?
Yes.
And then you do more than one?
Yes.
And is that how you started, or you just started maybe with trying out if you
That's how I started. I think I studied some of the bigger channels that are more or less what I wanted to post or I wanted to create. Because you must remember, at first when I started, I just wanted an extra revenue. It was just locked down. My business had just closed down,
Oh, shame.
Yes, and I was in Durban and I wanted to go back home.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? And I wasn't going to go back home and do what? You know what I mean?
Yes.
So I realized, okay, entertainment channels seem to grow quicker. But then I started listening to the entertainment channels and listening to what people are doing right and what I would do differently. And then I did that.
And then congratulations for also eventually coming on onto camera.
Thank
with
you.
with your second platform, the Lelo and podcast.
Okay.
How different is that from eNews Mzansi?
My face is there, so I can just talk crap or just make up stuff. I have to do a lot of research, but which is not something hard because I like to know what I'm talking about. If I don't know, I'll actually ask my audience, correct me if I'm wrong, so that they can correct me on the comment section. It's different. Like I said, at first it was nerve-wracking. Like now, people know who I am, and you know how social media is. You can either get bullied on social media, and all that stuff. But then, like I said, I decided I'm doing it for the people that are going to like it and not for people that are not going to like it. So that's who I'm focusing on.
And have you been bullied?
No, not yet.
Okay, that's good. And what are YouTube community guidelines?
Sure. I think you've heard, if you've maybe watched one of my videos, there's certain words that are called trigger words that you cannot say. Right? Yes.
Oh, I don't know.
There's certain words that are called, like when I say aside, I think you know what I'm talking about.
Oh.
But if you say that word, it's a trigger word for some people that are watching. YouTube believes that it can trigger maybe someone else to do that action, because you go into detail into saying this is how this person did the aside. You know what I mean? The F word, just vulgar content, that's like a harm to society, because you must remember, not every parent can watch what their child is consuming on YouTube. So, and just bullying as well, creating false content, bullying other content just to, bully somebody else, that you can get strike for that as well. Nudity as well, that's YouTube. So there's kids that are going to watch all of that stuff. So you just basically just need to be aware of what you're putting out there.
I get you.
Yeah.
And then on the Lelo N podcast, what are some of the things that we should expect? Other changes or other additions that you're going to add onto the platform?
If God permits, I'm passionate about women. I'm passionate about guys as well. But I'm passionate about, there's always, I'm intrigued when this, like somebody gets bullied, you understand, online, and that person still continues, to Can I give an example?
Yeah.
Like Lerato Kganyago. I'm really intrigued by her. She gets a lot of bullying online. I mean, ever since I really started taking this internet thing seriously, there's always Lerato Kganyago did this, Lerato Kganyago did that, and she just keeps going. She just keeps going. So I'm really intrigued, and I'm so motivated by people like that. And when you, because I'm on Lelo and podcast, my job is to research. When you look at it, it starts from way back, you know, when she started in the industry, she just got bullied right from the get-go, you know, but she is Lerato Kganyago today. So people like that, I would like to have it, a space in the channel where I spend a day with. So people can actually get to see a day with Lerato Kganyago. Who is she besides the Lerato Kganyago that's posting a picture on Instagram or a quote on Twitter, so they can understand her better, because she is human after all.
Specifically, also Lerato Kganyago, I've got a lot of love for her.
Too much
I've
love
seen
for
her come up from the Miss Soweto days.
Yes, I have
Back
to.
from
Yes.
those days, she was being bullied. At some point, I even remember back in the day, about David Kawu used to make jokes about her just being Miss Soweto, Miss Soweto. But she proved everybody wrong that actually she can crack this industry.
Absolutely.
And she can get to the highest echelons of what other people would call A-list celebrity status. But she was actually on the music video for Remember When It Rained. You must check it out.
Okay.
As a young person, one of my biggest songs, Remember When It Rained. She's in that music video, but she was still young. But how she's pushed her career all the way to now. And I remember when we were starting this brand in MOFAYA, she was one of the people that supported me.
Against
Even
all odds.
through when
That's the
people
type of
didn't want
person
to
she
show
is.
me any love, when people didn't want to associate with me, people didn't want to have any pictures of them taken with a MOFAYA in their hands. At the time when it was criticized, it was still new. Lerato Kganyago was one of those people who showed me love during all of that time. So for that, I'll always have love for her.
And you know, I was always like a private person, you know, and I never wanted to take social media too seriously because I know what it can do. But the first thing when I started thinking, you know what, I want to get into YouTube. Obviously, I had to watch certain content and I had to research and all of that stuff. And her videos just used to come up a lot, which sparked an interest in me. I'm like, I don't even understand why people bully this woman. She's such a hard worker, you know, and if I would add a segment on my channel, it would be me literally going and spending a day with a certain woman that I feel like there's certain other ladies and girls that are coming up, you know, that need positive influencers, you know, because influencing is not just about posting in your thong and wearing a miniskirt and showing us how good you look in a bikini, but also lifestyle. And how do you get yourself from point A to point B? There must have been some things that she's been through in between there to become Lerato Kganyago. I'm more interested in that.
Clearly, you are building a channel that is going to impact society positively.
I hope so.
Yeah, may God bless you on that journey.
Thank you.
That's an incredible idea. And I have no doubt that you're going to do it and you're going to achieve it.
I hope
The
so.
fact that you've already built a channel to be on 100,000 subscribers, that is extremely commendable. Especially for a channel that started now. During the lockdown. Was it 2020 or 2021?
I think I started, 3 days before my birthday. It was on the 26th of May in 2020.
Joe, 1, 2, 3, just hardly 3 years, 100,000
Yes.
subscribers.
Yes.
Well done, though.
Thank you so
120 actually.
Thank you
because
so
by the
much.
end of this year, very highly possible that you'll be on 200,000.
I think it's also taking your subscribers seriously.
Yeah.
Because that's some content creators put out content just to put out a video. So when you watch other videos and you check on the comment section, because I go through people's comment sections, because you know I like to master a craft that I'm gonna get into, and you see, no, why didn't you add this on the video? Why didn't you add this? So I'm like, okay, so people want you to add visuals. You know, at least if you're gonna talk about a certain situation, add a little proof. More info on what's happening, you know, go into detail and telling them that take them seriously, you know, people are not stupid. That's what I've always known. People are not stupid. They can sense bullshit.
Because they also watch other similar channels, maybe
Yes.
from overseas.
Yes.
It's easy for them to compare.
Yes.
They can tell when you're putting in more effort.
Yes,
né?
yes. I also used to watch Hollywood Live because when I first got into YouTube, I was like, how do they edit these videos? How do they get these pictures together and all of that stuff, you know? And I realized it's usually just pictures from Instagram, videos from Instagram. Sometimes you search certain stuff online. There's Wikipedia if you want more information, because even if we narrate some stories from certain publications, some of the journalists can get lazy. So you also need to go further into the research and don't just talk about something that you don't even know anything about.
And how do you edit your videos?
I just use a video editing app, and then I buy a VIP of that. You pay like 68 Rand or 48 Rand a month, or you can pay 4.99 on a yearly basis, and it removes that watermark.
watermarks,
And yes, and then you just add your own watermarks and all that shenanigans.
And you edit from your own phone?
I do
From the
everything
phone?
from my phone.
Are you serious?
I do my e-news and Zanzi from my phone. I do Lelo and podcast from my phone. I edit everything on my phone. The only thing that I do on my laptop is add end screens. And, because when you monetize as well, you have to accept certain terms and conditions that this video doesn't violate any policies or anything like that. Yeah.
Okay, what is monetization?
Monetization is basically earning money ties, basically starting to earn from the content that you create.
So you've also started monetizing your second channel now?
Yes, actually, that channel just amazed me. I monetized it within 4 weeks. Because I already knew from the first one that you just need to be consistent.
Yeah.
So if I'm consistent and when you start out putting out I think I did like 2 or 3 videos on a daily basis, and then it gets the algorithm kicking in because YouTube wants you to be consistent, because like I said, it's a business. So if you're making money for them, they'll make money for you. So they actually suggested my videos to other people, and people started watching, and before you know it, I got more comfortable, and I'm starting to build myself an audience.
I like that. Well done also for being brave to come on camera. You're very beautiful.
Thank you very
You're
much.
extremely well spoken.
Thank you.
There is no reason why you can't do well.
Okay.
But also, do you have you considered some of the things that come with the fame? Because at some point you will be famous.
I have.
You already are so far, but I'm just saying your star is just gonna keep on rising.
I have. You know what? I just want to say thank you, because I call my subscribers
Audience.
siblings.
Or
My
siblings.
audience siblings.
Oh, Tina, we call them squatters and hustlers.
It's nice.
Yeah.
That's nice. I just didn't want to call them like I don't know, maybe like diamonds or
supporters
whatever. I don't know. I don't want to say any names.
Yeah.
I don't want to offend anybody.
I get you.
But I just don't think you fans, because I watch other YouTube channels, and I wouldn't want somebody to call me that. You know what I mean? So siblings, I'm not targeting females. I'm not targeting males. I'm targeting everybody. And then there's somebody who asked me, why don't I speak Vanek? I'm not just targeting South African. I'm an African. I'm targeting Namibians. I'm targeting Tanzanians. I'm targeting Nigerians, everybody. So I have to speak English. And luckily I speak Swahili as well.
Are you serious?
Yes, naongea vizuri Kiswahili.
Mungu akibariki.
Akibariki.
That is amazing.
Thank you so much.
Karibu to the Hustlers
Karibu,
Corner.
yes.
Oh, that is incredible. What did you learn?
Naongea Kiswahili kama naongea lugha ya mama wangu.
That's awesome, bro. That is the widely most spoken African language throughout the whole continent.
Yes.
Well
So,
done for learning Swahili.
Thank you. I had a friend who's actually from I think it's Arusha in Tanzania. Yes. And she so I used to be, and then also the hair salons that we go to. You get these ladies that are come from Tanzania, and I think it's DRC that also speaks a lot of Swahili.
DRC and Kenya
So I
also.
don't want people to be talking and I don't know what they're talking about. Yeah. I want to know. So every time I'd learn a sentence, a word, and before you know it, but I've always had just this fascination about languages. Yeah.
No, that is incredible. I like that you're smart. You're thinking that far.
Mm-hmm.
And how is your international audience on your bigger channel?
It's amazing.
And what are some of the things that you've learned from them?
Okay, like I said, even with the Lelo and channel, I try to edit my videos like how there's bigger, YouTubers from other like international creators, do like facts and thrill and tell a story and build it up, not just talk. So whenever I start a video, and you know what's bad? I don't actually write a script for myself.
Okay.
If I write a script for myself, I mess it up, because I'll watch the videos where I had a script and I'm like, I didn't want to say that. But when I learn and, get myself familiar with a certain story, and then I understand it in my own words, then I'm like, oh my gosh, press record. I have to tell it now. So it's like even in the house when people are making noise or my mom is up and down trying to make coffee or whatever, I'm like, sit down, please. I have to tell the story now, because then it comes from the heart and I'm more authentic about it than when I've written a script.
And the audience picks it up, ne?
The audience always picks it up. There's you'll get my siblings actually say, nah, sibling, on this one you missed it, or this one was well researched. And that's the ones that motivate me. That means this is what they like, and I'm gonna keep giving them what they like, because I don't know then they'll keep being my siblings.
I hear, Guti, there's also certain music that you can't just easily use.
Yes.
Because then they will demonetize your video.
Yes. But then YouTube also has a music studio where you can actually get
A library, ne?
Yes, a library where you can actually get that music. But if you want to edit before taking it to YouTube, then you have to pay a subscription to Epidemic Sounds, I think.
I get you.
Yeah.
And then do you have somebody who does your graphic design work?
I used to do it all by myself.
Are you serious?
Yes.
On what platform?
On my phone.
I know a lot of people use Canva, right?
No, I don't like Canva.
Okay.
I don't like Canva. You know what I do? The same app that I use to edit my videos, I just put a bit of pictures together, edit the themes and all of that stuff. But I'm very artistic as well. And then my recent art, one of my subscribers actually hit me up on my WhatsApp and said, can I please create graphics for you? Her name is Melissa. I want to give her a shout out. It's called Get Branded by Melissa on Instagram.
That's dope.
Yes.
Get branded by Melissa on
Get
Instagram.
branded by Melissa. Yes. She said, you know what? I love you. I love your content, but I feel like you need a more, some life to your intro and all of that stuff. Let me create it for you. So I said, go ahead. And she's a good friend of mine now.
Nice.
Yeah.
And how often does YouTube or pay? So we're speaking about YouTube here, but earlier on you spoke about Google AdSense.
Mm-hmm.
So is there a relationship between Google and YouTube?
Isn't Google, I don't know if maybe Google owns YouTube. I think Google owns YouTube, right?
Yeah.
Because
Google
even when
owns
you want
YouTube,
to do
yeah.
paid advertising on YouTube, it's done via Google. So everything is done via Google. And you also have to have a Gmail account to have a YouTube channel. So you have to create a Gmail account to have a YouTube channel. So it makes sense.
Yeah.
So your question was?
No. I actually obviously wanted that because I wanted us to expand. Some things I would know the answers to, but I'll just ask them just for the sake of our audience.
Oh, okay.
Especially those ones who don't know how YouTube works.
Yeah.
And a lot of them are actually very, very interesting people. There's some people that and some of them, they don't know they can actually make a lot of money, as you were saying. That
You know
didn't
what?
know.
That actually ticks me off because I'm like, these people are sleeping on themselves. Do you know there's people who look down on YouTubers? And there's someone who come on your comment section and they like, what do you know? You're just a YouTuber. I'm like, some of these channels, you will make 4 times a gross of somebody as a net. You understand?
Yes.
And they still look down on YouTubers. You make a really great revenue. You can pay your bond and your car with YouTube revenue. So why wouldn't I want to be part of that? I'm a hustler.
Yeah. And I like that. I like that you're a hustler. Have you had any videos going viral? And what does that mean when a video goes viral on your channel?
I wouldn't know what's viral yet. But I've had videos that, just create a lot of conversation.
Yeah.
Yes. Especially, like I said, when I do content that is more real stories, like the AKA story. I think that went viral because it's personal. I went through something similar where my dad was shot and there was witnesses in Tembisa. And till today, nobody knows what happened. And so it was personal. So when I watched the funeral and I watched Caro, I just saw myself there because everybody's like, oh, she's so strong. She's so strong. I mean, that's what somebody said about me at some point, but it's not, because when you grow up, you're thinking there's so many mistakes I could have that I've made in my life. There's so many mistakes I've made with regards to boys, men. If my dad was there, I wouldn't have made those mistakes. So
I'm sorry, your dad passed away.
Yes.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
No,
Lelo.
it's okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. Where in Tembisa did you grow up?
In Leboeng.
Oh, Koleboeng. Okay, I grew up in Welamlambo.
Okay, yes,
And
I
then
know
we
that you
moved
grew up
to
in Wellam.
Hospital View. Oh, you know about
Yes,
that?
my mom
Yeah.
told me. She's like, what's a
Umkhaya,
Wellam?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm really sorry about your dad. Also, my father is also late.
Okay.
It's
I'm
never
sorry.
nice to not have a parent. So I always say to people who still have both parents, treasure your parents. Treasure your parents, guys. It doesn't matter how old you are, but even at my age, I still miss my dad.
No, you're always a child to your parents.
Yeah.
You're always a baby. My mom treats me like I'm her baby. She treats me, she goes everywhere with me. I do everything with her.
And then see, you're here
Yes,
with her,
I'm creating a lot of memories with her. She says she's my momager and I must pay her.
She must be paid.
Yes, she says she wants a salary.
What's the most? What's the most you've made on a video on YouTube?
On a video on YouTube, the most I've made, I think more than 20,000 rand on a video. It was a Zola video.
Yeah.
Zola 7 video.
Wow.
Yes, I think I made way more than 20,000 on that one video.
Wow.
Yes.
So is that the reason why certain people would then go what they would call cloud chasing
Yes.
on YouTube?
Yes.
Because they make money off of these videos.
Yes. But sometimes I think there's a misconception with this cloud chasing. Because if there's a certain topic that is trending and I'm a content creator and
it's
obviously
public.
I want to make revenue and it's public, as long as I'm not lying and telling lies about it, why shouldn't I cloud chase? Because that's how I get paid. Some people say, "Oh, you're just making this for views." Of course, I'm making it for views. That's how I'm getting paid. As long as I'm not hurting anybody in the process.
And as long as you're not lying.
Exactly.
Or creating stories.
Yes, or making up stories
about people's lives.
Yes, you understand? Because it's people's lives at the end of the day. And that's why you'll see even on e-news, and as much as it's an entertainment channel, there's a whole lot of stuff that I don't do there. There's a whole lot I don't do. And people who watch my content continuously know there's certain things I don't talk about.
Ethically, right?
Yes. And
what are some of those things?
Like, for example, I don't dwell too much on influencers' lives, so you'll never find me talking about that. Or somebody wrote a love letter to somebody and they said blah, blah. I don't talk about stuff like that. I want interesting stuff, Even when I watch movies, I watch thrillers, something that's gripping, something that's going to have a message at the end of the day, or something that's, something like that. Or if, let's say, you put out content out there and you did something that we can learn from, I'll write something about that. Like you, when you started hugging trees, I did a story about that. You know what I mean? And the message behind it of why you said that. I even said to my mom, Spoo is a marketing genius. He knew that's going to create conversation. And at the end of that conversation, then he'll tell you why he did that.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So you always have to see the bigger picture.
And you're also not personal in your
I'm not
sharing
personal.
of stories. I get you.
Nothing at all.
I get you.
Nothing at all. And women always base everything about jealousy.
Yeah.
That's a very strong emotion that I taught myself at a very young age not to have, because I believe, like I said, I'm talking about Lerato Khanyak and how I love her so much. I think that if she can do something, I most certainly can. I just need to figure out how.
Yeah.
Yes,
I totally
that's all.
agree.
Yes.
What are some of the things you still want to do?
I still want to grow. Personally, I still want to grow a lot in property. Because if you think about it, even during the lockdown, the one industry that was booming is property, because we all need places to live.
Yeah.
Because you had to be indoors and rent needed to be paid. Bonds needed to be paid. You understand? So I really want to grow a lot in property. People are so afraid to invest in property because of the ripple rates now, but if you get yourself a property, even in the correct area, even if at some point in the future you can't afford to live there anymore, you can still sell, obviously, because you're going to be doing some renovations and all of that stuff. You know what I mean? I still want to do that. And, as much as I'm afraid of being in the media, low-key, I've always wanted to be. And now that I'm in front of the camera and I'm running within it and people are loving it, then I might as well let's run with it.
Yeah, because as you grow that platform, it's going to end up opening bigger doors.
Yes.
I mean, congratulations to my brother, Sizwe Mpofu Walsh, who's just started a brand new television show. And it's something I've always told Penyo, with people like Sizwe, they're eventually going to end up on mainstream platforms. People like him, Penyo, I see him also helping this country on a mainstream bigger platform, whether ETV or whether SABC. This is a beautiful place to start a career. Just having your phone and speaking to it, because it's part of practicing.
Yes.
At some point, it's going to open bigger doors, and you're going to end up, getting.
And you know what else I would really love to do, Spoo, is influence. But I'm not saying there's anything wrong with how everybody else is influencing. I just like to be different, and I want to do flip, the opposite. So instead of me influencing about, how sexy I look in a certain outfit, because I definitely can do that if I wanted to. You know what I mean? But I want to influence more in growth, personal growth. I want to influence more in personal grooming. I want to influence more in females having their own, you know what I mean? And also not being afraid of your hustle. Because a lot of the times as females, you'll be afraid, what will people think if I start a YouTube channel? You know what I mean? As long as I see the bigger picture, Everybody else can join me later. It's fine. Sometimes people are late. You know what I mean? They can realize later that this is what I was creating and they can join me. But if I can educate and influence, obviously, once I get myself going, that will be the most fulfilling thing I would have ever done.
Now, you're one of the most smartest YouTubers because now you started taking your YouTube revenue to invest it in property.
Yes.
Tell us how you started your property journey with this YouTube money.
So I was actually I was going broke, actually. I was going broke because remember when I started, I used to work for this company and I did so well. I was a regional manager and I was a sales trainer. I built myself a nice team. I worked with actually the two most biggest network companies in South Africa, the red one and the blue one.
Were you guys doing the 5 and 8? Did you have to
no,
grow a
I
team
did.
that you managed?
Yes, but I did fiber. I started residential, and then eventually I grew into business. I'm really good in sales. I'm really, really good, and it's natural because I think because I'm passionate about people, so I like to understand people, and that's why people will listen to me.
Yes.
Because I put myself in their shoes. So I grew that myself there, and then I was told I'm gonna go open myself another team and a branch and whatever.
They said they were going to open a branch for you.
Yes. And I did. Okay. But then as much as they treated me really well, I liked it. I wanted to grow financially as well. Don't cap me. You understand? I can't be working so hard and then you capping me financially when I'm now starting to get smarter and actually realize I'm actually being underpaid and overutilized, and then I wanted to start something on my own. Then I pitched, I actually said Vodacom. I pitched Vodacom and they accepted my offer. And I was about to do something big with them. My ex-boss actually blacklisted me. Yes.
Why though?
Because he just didn't want me to leave.
They were jealous though of your
Yes,
growth,
he didn't want me to leave. He just didn't want me to leave. He thought, I think he used to thrive in owning you. It's like, for example, there was a time when I said, I wanted a Mercedes-Benz and he said, I'll buy it for you. Not empowering me to buy it for myself. You want to buy it for me because basically you want to own me and I don't want to be kept, Yeah, so I decided to branch out and do something on my own and he blocked it. And this person called me and said, I really want to work with you, who was the head of that department. But I'm scared he's now saying he's going to sue me if I work with you because you have a clause in your contract that says you can't work with, telecoms within 2 years. But I didn't have a contract. And that's the thing. I kept on telling him I didn't have a contract. I was a freelancer. But I don't know, his influence was just too much. But eventually the blue company came through. And they decided, you know what, we like young people that want to do something for themselves and we'll go for it. And we did. But unfortunately, the COVID then killed our business because you must remember we had to fund ourselves because with the red company, they were going to fund us. With the blue one, we had to fund ourselves. And, funds started going dry now because there's people we need to pay and all of that, you know what I mean? And we didn't even pay ourselves. We could only pay rent and, that's it, and food. And because we wore it so well and we got great attitudes, people thought we were living the life. You know what I mean? And then when COVID hit, because I watched a lot of content, then I came across a video of some lady who says she's getting paid on YouTube. And I was thinking all along I've been stupid. I thought they were just doing it for fun. And then I started doing it and, being consistent about it because I think I went to study her analytics. And I was like, but now if she's creating this many videos per day and she's making this and she's making this, if I double that and I mean, the whole day you're at home. So I spend my whole day just creating videos. Before you know it, I started 26 May, June, July, I was monetized. I didn't believe it. And I needed money to go back home, right? And that money came in handy because we had 2 cars we had to transport and one of them had broken down. Okay, and we had to transport those cars and one car had broken down. Now we could buy a tire for the car and all of that and go back home. And I'm telling you, once I got back home, the money that I got from YouTube is what funded my real estate career. Because as soon as I got there, I'm telling you, my mom is my biggest fan. She said, get into real estate. And my sister is in real estate and she's doing quite well as well there. And, but now the first 3 to 4 months of real estate, you have to fund yourself. And I need petrol for my car. I need to eat. I need to dress up. I'm a lady. I need to look good, and be presentable for my clients. And I'm telling you, YouTube funded that. So I'd wake up, I think 4 o'clock or 4:30, create my videos, schedule them from 7 to start posting. And then while they're posting, I'm getting dressed. I'm going out there to make things happen.
That is incredible.
Yeah.
And then when did you start investing?
I started investing quite recently because we firstly took my mom's house, okay? Because my dad left this nice house, then it's a corner house, and it's got quite a big earth. So we rebuilt that and made it, what do you call it, into flatlets.
Nice.
Yes.
Kotembisa.
Yes, in Tembisa,
Well
it's
done.
beautiful.
You
It's
did
really
how many
beautiful.
rooms?
It's cottages. It's almost 22 because it's cottages. Yes, it's quite big.
You guys turned it into a 22
It's
room.
beautiful and it's got a nice big balcony.
Beautiful.
We still want to, make that look really nice, make it like a kitchen for the people that live there and all of that. And then my first one that I tried out was in 4 ways. Remember I told you, but that didn't work out so well. So I learned from that as well. And when I got into real estate, then I realized why that didn't work out. Yeah.
I understand. And it's so beautiful to just take, because that's what my mom, I'm helping my mom do now.
Yes.
And then I've seen some other people have done a great job. They've even put in Wi-Fi for their tenants.
Yes, but that's not where the money is, though.
Yeah.
Though what I'm doing now is I'm doing auctions for some of my clients. I'll go to like the auctioneers. They pay the registration and all of that, and I'll do that for them. Obviously, they'll pay me a certain amount, but then I sell the properties for them as well, and that's commission for me as well, right?
So you sell repossessed properties?
Yes,
Okay.
yes. And then now I want to get into that. I'm still young in this investing thing,
Yeah.
I want to get into that where I buy, I wait, I sell.
Yeah.
I buy, I wait, I sell. And now that I've got more experience, I think I'm going to kick some serious ass there.
So I'm so impressed that you are in real estate. What are some of the things that you've been learning in that space?
In real estate?
Yeah.
With regards in terms of?
Some of the experiences that you've had in buying and selling of houses.
I wouldn't know, but to always have your ducks in a row, especially as a realtor, because not every seller has your best interest at heart. Because you must remember our commission is paid by the seller. So not every seller has your best interest at heart. There was one time I sold a house for free because the seller knocked me the F off. Okay. When he was supposed to pay me my commission, he decided to, I think, what I did, my registration had expired or something like that. And I tried to renew it. And on that week, it missed a week. So I sold his house the week before my registration was renewed. And he capitalized on that and he didn't pay me my money.
Registration for?
For your FFC.
Oh, so you have to be accredited with the government or with a certain regulatory body?
Yes, with the EAP.
Okay. And how long does that take?
It doesn't take long. You can actually get your license immediately. It's just obviously you getting to be a full status agent and writing your exams and all of that. It can take 6 months, a year. It's basically up to you.
So they took advantage of the fact that at the time you were sort of not registered.
Yes.
So they could threaten you by reporting you to the government.
Yes. You know what? I think he took advantage because he saw I was new because I was excited. You know what I mean? And he could see that now this one is probably new. And I think he asked me to send him my FFC, but now it was a week after I had sold the house.
Oh, the date, yes.
Yes.
So is he not liable to pay you? He still
he's
owes
not.
you.
He's not.
But you sold his house though.
He doesn't care.
How much money does he owe you? Oh, that he was supposed
250,000.
You gotta be kidding me.
I'm not kidding you.
Malengana.
Yep.
Come on, Lelo.
Yep.
We are here now.
We tried to take him to court and listen, I just wanted to move on from there. And I've done way better than that since then. So he can keep it.
Sure.
Too much.
And how many percentages do realtors get?
So the standard rate is 7.5% ex-VAT.
So if I sell a R1 million house, I can make 7,500. Oh, sorry, 100,000.
Yes.
That's 7,000. Oh, a R1 million house, that's
7.5%. That's 75,000. There's a lot of money in real estate.
That's a lot of money.
And being a realtor. So if you can sell a house costing 1.8 million, make 150,000. Yes. Sell a house the higher the house that you sell, the more money you make.
Yeah.
Yes.
But the cheaper the house, the easier it is to sell, ne?
Depends. Not really.
Okay.
Depends where the house is.
Okay, I get you.
Yes. The houses in Tembisa are good to sell.
Yeah.
If you want to sell houses quickly, people are investing in Tembisa.
Yeah.
A lot of people are looking for investment properties in Tembisa, especially if it's a corner house. People are investing a lot and they're so easy. You can list a house literally today in Tembisa and sell it this evening.
Are you serious?
Yeah, 100%.
And how often would you sell houses in a month? Maybe would you sell one every 2 months or
I'm a
one month?
superstar realtor, so I literally sell. I
That's the
sell like
guy.
8 properties on a monthly basis.
In a month.
Yes, I'm a superstar realtor because I make sure that every week there's 2 properties that I'm working on. There's 2 properties that I'm working on, and because my mind is so curious and it's always busy. Like I said, when I read my star sign, I'm exactly what it says.
Yeah.
You know, my mind is so curious. I always have a target for myself. So every week I need to make sure that I'm selling 2 properties, 2 properties. I've slowed down a bit though. I'm doing like 1 property, once a week or every 2 weeks. But then I know it's my fault, so I'll pick up again.
We should do a deal.
We should.
We should work together. So we've got an estate. And obviously we're selling the estate. We've been selling phase 1 stands, phase 2 stands, phase 3 stands. But right after Easter, let me say from around June, when we get into phase 4, we're selling building packages. Basically, we're selling the houses now.
Yeah.
So I'm saying we should do a deal there.
No, we definitely should. I've been following what you've been doing as well.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, I have.
Nyabo,
I'm telling you, I've
that's
been
okay.
following you for the longest time.
Serious?
Yes.
Nyabo,
Because
nyabo.
also you from Tembisa.
Yes,
It's something like
yeah.
Musabantu Tembisa, they make it.
Yeah.
You know, I was Kumba. It's from
Yeah,
Tembisa. I'm like,
yeah.
you know
what I mean?
I'm also going to do it. You know, yeah.
I like the fact that you, and I like the fact that you're not speaking highly of Tembisa because it's Kasletu, but you're literally showing people, look, there's money in the township.
Yes.
There's money in selling township real estate. Because sometimes the suburbia real estate for 3, 4, 5 million might be a bit slower than selling township real estate. Everybody wants a house in the township.
But you know what the problem
rental,
is,
right?
when that I found in real estate as well is I would also sometimes wonder why there would be such bad people will say bad things about black realtors.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? And I think that sometimes they need to pick up their socks, because I went in there and when I realized how much revenue you can make in real estate, and I would ask myself, but this one is top blah blah.
Yeah.
Why isn't their life improving? You know, I don't want to be like that. Or this one is doing this, why isn't their life improving? And that's because of the reputation because us as black people, we always want to be said that black people must support black people. But are we coming to the party? You understand? If I want to go and sell at Serengeti, I need to look like Serengeti. You understand what I mean? Because people buy what they see. People like visual, so less talking and more action.
I like what she's saying, because Tina, obviously I'm DJ Smooth.
Yes.
That's why I can be like this. I can get into any room and do whatever. Because, I've worked so hard all these years in a corner to even become that DJ Smooth.
Yes.
But people, you guys know, even from the earlier days of my career, building myself, image is everything.
You had to go to gym.
Look the part. Yeah, you have to look
Yes,
the
I remember
part.
that.
It's
Yeah.
always important. I guess now, as the older you become, sometimes
You don't
because
really-
you're already
yes,
high school, people
yes.
already know what you
Yeah.
bring to the table. You don't really have to.
But then there's a lot of stuff that you've done that people like me have seen that you would undermine. But I saw something in there, or there's something that I was going through, and then you did it. You're probably thinking like, I'm just being smooth. But someone like me is like, he did that. And I'm going to copy and paste. Because it's about copying and paste.
Yeah, and they say copy, but copy well.
Yes.
Just copy.
If somebody out there has done it, and
No need to
everything
reinvent
has a
the wheel.
blueprint. Yes.
I totally agree as well. I like that you're a hustler. Why are you taking this hustle?
I don't know. Hey.
Because you're going to have a lot of money. The fact
sky
that
is
you're in
not-
real estate, you speak so well, you've got such a big platform on YouTube and it's growing every day. I can only imagine when you reach 1 million subscribers.
You know what? I know for a fact I'm going to have a lot of money. I just don't know when.
You already
But
have
I
it.
know for a fact that I'm going to have a lot of money.
Yeah.
Yes, I know that for a
I
fact.
like
I
that you
believe that
know it,
100%. Yes. You have to believe it. If you can't believe it, it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And congratulations for your mother for turning your old house into 22 rooms.
Thank you.
I know somebody who's collecting, because Basa Tuzana says hospital view. I know somebody who's collecting about 4,000 a month per room. I guess they're collecting it from like nurses or doctors. But I hear people are collecting now 2.5, 3,000 rental a month.
I think one of our cottages is like 3.8 a month.
Shoo.
Our cottages, the bigger cottages, the smaller ones, they're 2.2 on a monthly basis.
Yeah.
Yes.
So imagine if you've got about 10 rooms. That's 2.2 times 10. That's 22,000.
Yes. But now, if you ask me why I see myself in the future, big, I want to have like 2-bedroom townhouses. because the area that you are at, you invest in, also determines the income that you're making. So if I have one in Kempton Park, for example, and I've got 2 bedrooms in Kempton Park, in Tembisa it would probably cost 4,000. Kempton Park would cost 8,000. So placing yourself in the right area as well for your investment, not just putting your money everywhere, because sometimes it doesn't make sense, so diversifying,
Yeah.
yes, and be very, very careful if you're going to invest, and I'm so glad that I experienced this before I grew in this investment thing, where you actually put your money, because sometimes you put your money in the wrong area.
There's a lot of scammers.
It doesn't help you buying a house for R1 million, and then turning it into a R5 million house in an area that's got a 1.5 million market value, because no matter what you can put in that house, whatever touches, you will never sell it for more than the market value.
Say that again?
Doesn't,
even if I can renovate this house into having a very high value.
Yes, as long as it's in the right area. It's in the wrong area, you're not going to sell it for that market value for that area. I've had a client who's done that before. They bought a house for R1 million. They've put in finishing touches for R500,000. They thought they were going to make 2 million, 2.5, but the area only allows you to go as far as 1.550. So you bought your property in the wrong area. So Glenmarais, you're familiar with, buying a house in an enclosed area in Glenmarais for 1.5 million, and then turning it into maybe spending R500,000 on it, and then I can sell it for 3.4 million. Yes. But now if I bought it in a lower market value area, then there's nothing I can do with that house.
I get you.
Yeah.
That's incredible. Use your hustle to fund your next, use your current hustle to fund your next hustle.
Yes.
I get you. And with real estate, I like the fact that you can also be smart and build a passive income structure.
Yes.
Where we're speaking about rentals right now, where it's consistently making you money every month forever. I interviewed another brother from Tembisa, Uput Witness Mtaga. He also owns a lot of properties. He says when his mother passed on, may her soul rest in peace, he shared a very touching story of how her mother left him amarumaitu, from when he was young. So from when he was doing matric, from matric he already knew, this is what he's going to do. Already the mother had advised him on rental income. And then he just grew from there. Now I think his company owns over 500 properties. Started with just one from his mother.
And probably when he started, people were thinking this guy is crazy. Because that's what everybody always says.
Yes.
As long as you can see the end goal. Because, in order for you to make a success out of anything, first picture the end. And then whatever you do in between, make sure it's leading you, asking yourself all the time and reevaluating, how's this leading me to that end goal? Because you have to have the short-term goals, and the long-term goals. I like to have like a yearly goal, because a year is really quick. And once you start doing that, you realize there is so much you can do in a year.
Yeah.
As much, and it goes so quickly because it's so packed. You already have these goals for this year. You already know by March I want to do this. Like for me, I always plan around my birthday. Every time on my birthday, I want to go somewhere. I want to travel. Last year, I was in a safari somewhere, while Thabo Bester was escaping from prison. You know what I mean? And I was in a safari somewhere. So now, this year, I was saying, I want to go to the Drakensberg. Just around here, firstly. Then I'll do Africa and whatnot. You know what I mean? But it has to be a goal. I have to start rewarding myself, because you work, you don't reward yourself. But now, if you have this goal, if I'm going to reward myself, I can just go to the Drakensberg and just hang around. I need to play hard, so I need to make sure I work hard, so that even when I play that hard, it doesn't affect my pocket.
What inspires you?
What inspires me is just people. And what inspires me is, just sleeping at night tired. And, there's somebody that I touched. There's somebody that I helped. Like now, I haven't been so long in this property industry, but I'm getting referrals. It's because of how I helped those clients. There's this property that I just sold, I think 2 days ago, and then I changed my mind. And this client had already put in an offer, and I called and I said, I don't think that's the house for you, because not that the house is bad, but her parents are going to live there. And the area, it's just got a lot of up and down, and it's busy. And I'm afraid for her parents. So I said, maybe rather let's buy somewhere else. Just that. The fact that I thought of them instead of the commission only. You know what I mean? I think that too. What inspires me is people and what else I can do. And I don't know, man. I just want to reach levels nobody else has reached. touch people, as many people as I can, build myself a community, get people to act instead of sitting around, get women to do for themselves instead of waiting for men to do things for them. You know what I mean? Because even if you get a man and you've got something, we've got something, we're great together. You understand what I'm saying? So there's a lot that I want to do. I don't even know what inspires me. I just know waking up every day and knowing there's a goal for that day inspires me for now.
Are you a religious person?
Yes, I am. But I'm not a going to church every Sunday person. I always say that I've got a different relationship with God. It's very personal because I'm not a person that goes to church every day because I grew up like that. And then you just sometimes come across, the church ladies, the mothers, skinnering about each other. Yeah. And you're like, no, I don't want to be part of this. You know what I mean? So I have a very, very intense relationship with God. I speak to him like he's my buddy. Sometimes I ask him, what the hell are you doing? We were supposed to do this today. What happened? You know what I mean? I'm sleeping today and I know you're going to fix this. And then tomorrow we're going to go at it. And it happens. I just don't know how, but it just happens because I just believe it and it happens.
Family, kids?
Family, yes. I've got.
You married?
No, I'm not married.
Okay.
I'm not married. I am a mother, and then I've got a brother and a sister.
Yeah.
Thank
How
you.
old is your little one?
It's 10.
Wow. Now I want a little 10. Nice.
Yes,
okay.
yes.
Oh, my daughter is turning 10. Actually, she's 9.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. It's a
Boy or girl?
Boy.
Oh, Kim Shiman.
Yes,
Okay.
Kim Shiman. Yes. Yes. No, he's more interested in. He's not here now. He's in Durban. He's at the beach.
Okay.
Yes. So he's more interested in. He's also I think he's very inquisitive as well. He's very inquisitive like me. He's always wanting to know, how do you do this and all of that. Sometimes when I do my podcast, he'll switch on the ring lights for me, the lights for me, make sure I've got my mic on and all of that stuff.
That's dope.
Yes.
You are still telling me about family. Are you
I've
from
got
a big family?
No. I've got my sister and my brother. My sister and I are not far, age-wise, we're not far from each other. Maybe we're 2 years gap. Very close. She's into real estate. She's really good at what she does as well. She's a very awesome person. She was part of, what is it? I forgot what it is, but it's something like The Apprentice. The Apprentice essay.
Okay.
I don't know if you're familiar with this. She was part of that. She's also a very shy, confident person like me.
Yeah.
She likes to be in the background, but she's very confident. Sometimes she's like, maybe I should do it, maybe I shouldn't. And then my little brother was playing for Stellenbosch FC.
Oh,
yes.
Wow. Okay.
He stopped that part because that career ends, and then he's looking to get into something else in his career. Then I've got my mom who really just loves her children, and she travels and she's in between. Sometimes she's at my place, sometimes she's at my sister's place, just to make sure that she's just I feel like my mom lives her life for her children. Yes. And I said to her, I don't want to do that. She lives her life for her children. And I commend her for that, but I wouldn't want to do that.
Do you miss your dad?
100%. Every single day. I miss him more because I don't know what happened to him. I don't know why what happened to him had to happen. This is a man that used to, on Christmas Day, buy groceries in Tembisa at Makulong Stadium and give old people. Why would somebody want to take his life? You know what I mean? And my mom gave them suspects, all of that. Nothing was done. This is a man that loved his children. I don't care what happened between my dad and my mom, but when it comes to his children, and I respect a man who loves his children because we have so little of that, in this day and age. So I really miss my dad.
If your father were listening right now, well, he is, what would you like to say to him?
I put myself out there. I'll tell him that. I'll tell him, look, I put myself out there. I don't know where it's going to take me, but I know it's taking me somewhere. Yeah.
I'll tell you, you're going very, very far.
Thank you.
The fact that you've already started, you're building a big platform, saying it again, you're in real estate. The fact that you're in real estate, anybody that's in real estate, for me, they're already wealthy in my eyes. It's just a matter of time.
Just a matter of time, yes.
It's
Just finding the right
acquiring
opportunities,
knowledge.
yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
just getting the right opportunities. People like myself want to work with people like yourselves who are enthusiastic about sales and marketing and can, get themselves out there. So it would be really great to sit down and speak about some of our developments.
Yes.
As you're an agent, always looking for people to sell.
And as much as I see some people will label themselves, I've got this friend of mine who's a realtor as well. She's also, I think 3 years in it. And she says, no, she wants to do luxury real estate. And I thought about it and I'm like, okay, it would be nice to do the luxury, but why not both? Because what about the people that are at the bottom?
Yeah.
I want to help those people too. And for me, that's more fulfilling.
Yeah.
You know, the luxury real estate, it's easy. It's people who just see property as toys and they want to buy. And it's easy to sell someone a toy. But what about the people that need help in actually having a home? That's what fulfills me. So I wouldn't really bracket myself. I love the luxury real estate, but I also love, selling people homes or their first investment and guiding them through that as well.
Now, I mean, my career has always been based around the masses. Let me put it that way. That's why I sell a 10 Rand product.
Yes.
You know, that's why I speak to Tidal on my platforms. I know who I'm speaking to. And I love that audience. And I'll die serving that audience.
100%.
Because those are the masses of South Africans. Nina le phezulu,
I know.
you know.
Do you know what? Manifesting the day that you invited me here, I actually said to my mom, you're gonna message me, and you did.
Are you serious?
100%. To a point where when I said to my mom, guess who just sent me a message? She's like, DJ Spoo. Like, how did you know? I promise you, right? It's
You've
so
done a great
crazy.
job, man.
It's so crazy. Yeah.
Your work is everywhere. It's all over the internet, and it's a beautiful thing. And I always say, guys, the world has changed. Internet, like our phones, are the new SAPC one.
Yeah.
You know, when we guys grew our fame back then, it's not how things are now. The fact that you've got your phone in your pockets, you've got data, or you've got Wi-Fi, but you wanna tell people you're broke. I hope after today's episode, you're starting to change your mind to be like, let me go build a YouTube channel.
All you gotta do is just press record.
Just start.
Yes. All you gotta do is just press record.
What would you like to say to, I'm gonna send you this video 20 years from today. I want you to look at yourself in which camera, bro? In that camera.
That camera.
So speak to an older version of yourself 20 years from today. What would you like to say to that very successful sister over there? So you're speaking to yourself. So 20 years from today, you'll watch this video. What would you like to say to that person?
So I'm probably sitting at the top floor in my penthouse in the building that I own, okay? And I've got state-of-the-art furniture. And I just want to say we did it. It was all worth it. We did it. The ups, the downs, the lows, the wins, the losses. She's crazy, or they're looking yourself in the mirror and thinking you're crazy. They're crying in the middle of the night and then going out there immediately afterwards so that nobody can see that you've been crying, because you have to present yourself and be like you're well put together. You did it. It was worth it. I'm so proud of you.
And what would you like to say to all young girls all over the country? Just a message of encouragement.
Don't follow trends. Don't follow trends. That's what's going to quickly kill you. And that's what also is going to quickly help you to kill yourself. As long as it doesn't help you, it's hurting you. Always follow people that inspire you to be a better version of yourself, not on the outside, but most importantly, the inside. Because essentially, it's what's on the inside that makes what's on the outside.